Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Dropping morning gems, so tap in. I was trying to post this reel I stitched, but it is not, I don't know. There's something going on with Instagram where it's tripping. So I'm just going to say it here in this live. One of the reasons why I was able to grow my side hustle so quickly is because I had a remote job, guys. I had a remote job. I was an RN supervisor. I supervised 30 nurses, and I did it remotely. So in the start of my business, I would do what I need to do, get the job done, and still had time to practice and grow my business. So if you guys are still working your 9 to 5 and you're having to clock in to an establishment, and you're making $25, $30 an hour, I promise you there are remote jobs out there that will pay you the same amount. And you got to look at the job description. If it requires you to be a customer service person and you on the phone all fucking day long, that's not going to work. But if it's something like data entry or like something that's like task oriented, you can do the task and continue to work on your side hustle. And that's the thing. Like, don't continue to choose a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. Yes, it's annoying to try to find a new job. Yes, it's annoying to try to like figure out the new system that you have in play. However, getting a remote job will definitely help you grow your side hustle faster because you're literally not clocking into anywhere. And for me, like, I'm not ashamed of where I started. I started my business from my son's room. We've hit 7 figures in my business since 2018 when I started. I'm a baby entrepreneur. I haven't had my business for that long. But during the start of my business, I'm not telling people to quit their 9 to 5, but I am giving you an alternative to your 9 to 5. Even if you're a nurse, like, okay, I'm a nurse. How can I get a remote job? There are jobs for nurses. It's called utilization review. So all you're doing is reviewing inquiries for like physical therapy, and you're reviewing it to see if you can approve the PT or not. Workman's comp nurse. Yes, I did case management. I was a supervisor for a managed care company. I supervised 30 nurses and all of their workflow, but a majority of my job could be done within 4 hours, and then all I had to do was support my nurses, make sure that they were cool, make sure that they didn't need any, they had questions, I was always readily available to them. So if you guys are in a space where you really want to take your side hustle to the next level, don't feel like you're trapped in this 9 to 5. There's so many jobs where you can do a job and still make time. Double dip. You can get that bag and still work on your own bag, because eventually your side hustle is going to make more than your main hustle. And then as you're growing your business, don't buy shit. Like, you're going to see money come in, especially if you do this play that I'm telling you guys. This is a gem. If you are still working 9 to 5, this is a gem. So listen clear. Go find you a remote job that doesn't require you to be on the computer 24/7. You can move around that mouse. Shit, they even have they have an apparatus that will move your mouse around for you. Luckily for me, they weren't tracking us like that. But find a job that will be remote, and you can work on your craft, your business, while you continue to grow. Once you start seeing money in your business, don't buy dumb shit. Don't buy dumb shit. Stack, save, and pray. Take that money, invest it into business knowledge. Because once you understand, like, okay, I'm getting some clients, I see them coming through, don't be above learning more. I posted a story about me doing a 6-week a business program where every week we're going to meet up, and every day you got a fucking homework to do, whether it's trademarking, whether it's LLCs. Out of that 6-week program, you're going to understand everything that I know about business within 6 weeks. And I promise you, it's going to be a crazy ass 6-week program if I decide to do it. There was a few people that were like, no, I'm good with what I know. It's like, I will never press that button. One of the options was like, no, I'm good with what I know. I would never press that button, because for me, I'm always trying to learn more. There's so much to learn about entrepreneurship. I just signed up with a mentor again because I want to know more about the back end of things. So your girl is going to come out with more information. Within July alone, it's July 8th. Within July alone, I've invested in two things for growth of my business. I invested in my med spa business, and then I invested in a mentor for more knowledge on business. And every mentee that I have will know everything that I paid for, but at a fraction of the price. And people, they don't see the value because they're still looking for that cost. If I was looking at cost, I would not have invested in 2 businesses this month. I literally am starting a whole new business, but the caveat is this, guys. Once you have the blueprint for a successful business, all you got to do is plug and play. Plug and play. Like, I started with brows, but guess what? I do body. Plug and play. Took that blueprint, did it for body. Took the blueprint for my online business, used the same blueprint that I did for the 3rd business. And now I have a med spa. Guess what? I already got the blueprint. And the best part about my blueprint for success is it's generational wealth. Don't let knowledge, especially entrepreneurial knowledge, go over your head about being generational, because my success for my business, guess what? My 19-year-old daughter uses the same blueprint for her success. That's what makes it generational. So while you are in the trenches of your business, don't feel like it's for nothing, because a lot of the people, especially me, when I speak to women, like I'm always curious, like, why do you want to start a business? Because I want to be able to provide for my kids. I want to be able to do something for them like that I never had. So it's like, in the moment where you feel like giving up, just know that you hold so much value and knowledge, because you're going to be able to tell your kids, like, hey, like, I wanted to quit too. But if you want to start this business, you want to grow this business, keep going, because then you can be here where I am. And then you are going to be the ultimate mentor for your kids. My child does not have to invest in mentorship, because I am her mentor. I am her mother. I am her mentor. There's nobody else in this world that is going to ensure my child gets to the goals that she wants to get to, because I'm her mom. You know, she was in Cancun with me at the PMU Women of Color Conference, and she knows the struggle. I was a single mom for a long time. She has seen me at all stages of my life. But for her to witness me on that stage where I was providing education to all these women, you know what I mean? Like, for her to see me in that light, for her to see people come up to me and be like, I've been following you for years. Like, I love what you're about. Like, that did something for her too. She told me, she was like, it was so nice to see you up there. I was so proud of you. And to have your 19-year-old say that she's proud of you, despite all the struggle me and that little girl went through, you know, it provides her hope. It provides her a space to grow, a goal to reach, like, you know. And even if she didn't want to, even if she did not want to be a speaker or anything like that at a conference, at least what I did was plant a seed that it could be done. No matter what mistakes I've made in my life, and mind you, I have made a shit ton of mistakes my whole life. I would literally consider myself the queen of mistakes, because the amount of mistakes that I've made, I've been making mistakes since I can make a motherfucking decision. So I did not have a perfect life. When I tell you, when you guys look at my Instagram, I'm like, oh my God, Jackie's so smart. Please believe I was not the smartest sister. I was not the smartest student. I was not the smartest anything. But what I am for sure is the bitch that did not quit. What I am for sure is the person that did not let my past dictate my future. What I am for sure is the person that continues to show up as myself, regardless of what people think of me. Because at the end of the day, if you're still letting people dictate who you are, that's a disservice to your 80-year-old self. And I refuse to let 80-year-old Jackie lay on her deathbed like, what the fuck did you do with your life, Jackie? Why you let this person get in your head about starting a business you really wanted to start? Why would you let why would you let that past experience continue to hurt you now? And we 80 years old and you still hurt over some shit that happened to you when you were 8. Why would you let me and 80-year-old Jackie are a vibe. Me and 8-year-old Jackie are a vibe. You got to start getting to know all the versions of yourself. Just because it's in the past does not mean that that person no longer exists within you. They do. And the faster you get to understanding who they are, what they're about, you are able to truly release yourself. You know, the life that you want and hope and pray for resides on the other side of the hardship and fear you experience. People are so scared to try something new, and everybody got a fear of change, especially if you came from trauma or abandonment, right? Like, I have abandonment issues, and I don't think we talk about mommy issues enough. As people, as women, we don't talk about mommy issues enough. It's always daddy. I don't got no daddy issues, but I definitely got mommy issues. And we don't talk about how that plays a part in our adult relationships. So I want you guys to consider that in the evolution of you, in the evolution of your journey for hustling, take the time to heal too. Take the time to heal the parts of you that are still navigating in pain. Because we are not making what the fuck? We are not going to be it's 2024. I'm sorry. We are not doing fear-based decisions anymore. I let go of fear-based decisions because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me in any capacity to continue to navigate my life through fear. I'm going to forgive myself. Number one, I want you guys to really just consider this. If you have made a shit ton of mistakes in your life and you have yet to forgive yourself for these mistakes, you are always going to second guess yourself. And this is the key to forgiving yourself. This is the key. It's very superficial when we hear it in society, like, you're human, you make mistakes. And they're like, just let it go. It's hard to let go of mistakes of your past because a part of you is second guessing the authority you have to change it. The key to letting go of your past is forgiving yourself. You got to take the time to forgive yourself, and have that conversation. I talk to myself all the motherfucking time, and people will let you feel like you're crazy for talking to yourself, but I talk to myself all the time, especially when it's a hard conversation. I just say, Jackie, you are not that person anymore. You made that mistake. It happened. What did you learn from it so it doesn't happen again? And I forgive you. I forgive you for not knowing any better. I forgive you for making the mistake. Forgive yourself. Release yourself from that shit. That's number one. And if it's a mistake that was put on you, like let's say somebody else caused you trauma, forgive them too. You don't gotta go talk to them. What I do, I'm gonna tell you guys what I do when I need to forgive somebody that fucked me over, is I write their name on a piece of paper and I burn it. Release it with love and light. because you want to create good energy. The fastest way to create good energy from a fucked up situation you experience that somebody else put upon you is release it. Because if you take like all the trauma, all the pain that you've experienced, and you continue to let it fester in your soul, sometimes you end up being the very thing that you hate because you hate it so much. It just consumed you. Why would you let somebody that probably don't even like themselves rob you of the love and the light that you hold? I'm not doing that. I already didn't like the experience that I had with you in this life. Am I going to let you live rent free in my fucking head? Nope. I'm going to take you as a lesson learned, and I'm going to send you off to the universe. Goodbye. Send them off. Let them be on their way. Because if you continue to harbor that energy in your space, it's a disservice to who you are. Because at the end of the day, like, letting somebody change who you are. Let's say you're an amazing person. You're a giver. And a lot of givers, they're givers, but they're also people pleasers. The extreme side of that is they're people pleasers. And I became a people pleaser because of my fear of change, because of my abandonment issues. So if you have abandonment issues, part of you is scared of change because it's like, but also part of you is a people pleaser because at the end of the day, you're like, if everyone's happy around me, nothing is changing and no one is leaving. Do you guys see how the way your brain works is a reflection of how you are going to end up running your business? So you create this belief system that if you say no, that they're not going to love you anymore. And you have to remove that. I stopped saying yes right away. And all my therapist said was like, hey, and then what happens is you say yes to something that you didn't even think about yet. Like, hey, can you pick me up? It's 3 a.m. Yeah, I'm going to come. I'm drunk or whatever. Whatever you're saying yes to. Right? Whatever you're saying yes to. Just stop and just say, hey, I'm really busy right now. Can I get back to you tomorrow? I started implementing that when people ask me questions. And it broke down the belief that if I said no or I didn't say yes right away, that they weren't going to love me anymore. It completely annihilated my belief that, you know, like, oh, if I say no to them, they're not going to love me, or I'm not lovable if I'm not helping them, or do you get what I mean? So I want you to consider, if you are a people pleaser and all you do is say yes to everybody, just pause and just say like, hey, I'm really busy right now. Like, can I get back to you tomorrow? You know, and at the end of the day, like, we were taught to pour into people's cup. We were never taught to reflect on how much we had to pour. So you out here giving and giving and giving, you barely got any left for yourself. What I want you guys to think of is like, be a champagne tower. Be a champagne tower. Stop pouring in other people's cup when you don't even have anything to give. Go be a champagne tower. Be at the top of that champagne tower. Continue to pour love, healing, hustling in your own cup so that your cup overfloweth on everybody else. The more you pour into yourself, it will just continue to be abundant in knowledge and love and light and healing and money. Like, you're just going to continue to be abundant, and everybody else will continue to feel that. And in the instances that somebody does get mad when you say no to them, just know that the only people that are going to be upset at the boundaries that you set are the people that took advantage of you when you didn't have any. And do you want those people in your space? No. All the people that I've said no to are still in my space because they love me regardless of whether it's a yes or a no. And it's really uncomfortable to say no to people that you love when you want to, and you've always ran to that idea. But if you can't, Don't. Because at the end of the day, what happens is when you say yes to somebody without thoroughly thinking it through, is you end up having imaginary beef with that person. Now you sitting there salty, like, why would they even ask me that shit? Like, girl, why would you say yes? We don't need to have imaginary beef with the people that we love. You don't need to sit here in turmoil with the people that you love when all you have to do is like, hey, let me get back to you tomorrow. I'm really busy. I'm doing something right now. Right? So, guys, in the growth of your business, I know my conversations always go from here to here, but I always start off with hustling, dropping a gem, and we always go back into healing. But the reason why I'm so cognizant of telling you guys you got to heal as much as you hustle, because it truly does impact the way you run your business. If you are still navigating from a place of fear, it's going to be hard for you to invest and diversify your business. If you are still in a place where you are doubting yourself and your success, guess what? It's going to impact the way you run your business. If you are suffering from childhood trauma that you have not yet discovered and have tried to heal from, guess who's going to be running your business in the moments that you're triggered? If they trigger 8-year-old Jackie, let's say I have a client and she triggers 8-year-old Jackie. 8-year-old Jackie is the one that's going to be running my business, because I have not took the time to get to know 8-year-old Jackie and why she thinks the way she thinks and why she moves the way she moves. If they trigger 13-year-old Jackie, and I have yet to do the shadow work to get to know my 13-year-old self and why she navigates the problems that she experienced in that way, guess who's going to be running my 40-year-old business? I'm fucking 40 years old. I don't need 13-year-old me running my business. I don't need 20-year-old me running my business. All the times that when I was getting like buku bucks, I was getting a lot of fucking money. Guess who was in the Louis Vuitton store and the Gucci store? That was 20-year-old Jackie. That was 20-year-old Jackie buying all them fucking bags that she didn't need, because I had yet to heal that part of her that experienced poverty, or the part of me that was like, I never had anything nice, and now I can walk into any store I want. I can still walk into any store I want and get whatever I want. But now that I've healed and I've started healing that part of me that was in the struggle, that never felt like she had nothing nice, that, me and my sisters were the poor cousins. We didn't get to go to Disneyland. Everybody else was at SeaWorld, Disneyland. We over here like, it's just another weekend, because our dad had to work and my dad had to raise 4 girls by himself. So there's so many parts of me. But now, guess what? 8-year-old Jackie that never got to go to Disneyland, guess who? She's going to Disneyland now. She goes on vacations now. Every time you see me and my kids doing something fun, just know 8-year-old me is there with them. We have the power to heal ourselves, all the versions of ourselves. And when it's never about the money for me. Like, money is necessary to live. However, money also gave me a space to heal. Starting a business, I didn't even know there was anything fucking wrong with me, because I was so caught up in my 9 to 5 and the monotony of like, go to work, do the 9 to 5, get the kids ready, pick them up from school, make dinner. It was like on repeat, that I didn't have the time to really understand myself. So there's certain toxic behaviors that I don't even do anymore in the service of finding out who I am. I don't sit on the phone and gossip. I used to be heavy on that. I don't care what other people are doing. I truly don't. And it doesn't benefit me to know what other people are doing. I literally, when I say I stay in my own lane, I stay in my own lane because I created my own lane. When I used to say I stay in my own lane, I didn't working 9 to 5. Because you can mind your business to the best of your ability. But if you work 9 to 5, you get in your car and you go into somebody else's lane. Owning my own business, I determine who is in my space. I determine my schedule. This is my own lane. And that is what I want for you guys. I want you guys to have this level of peace. I want you guys to have the faith that you need to continue on. I want you to have the understanding that you can do it. Like, when you look at me, just know that I did not come from money. I'm definitely not the smartest sister, definitely not the smartest cousin, and I have made a ton of mistakes my entire life. I didn't even graduate high school on time. I'm a continuation school baby, a dropout even. So no matter what stage you are in your life or in your business, just keep going. But in the progression and in the service of your highest self, as you continue to grow your business, love on yourself. Love yourself. The version of you that's going to get you to your goals is the version of you that actually believes you can do it. And if you still out here talking shit to yourself, and you still out here doubting yourself, and you are still out here like I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I can't do that, like, we have the power. This is a gem. Before I go, because I got to go. We have the power to manipulate time. And this is how we're going to do that. This is how I continue to manipulate time around me. I don't have a time machine. Okay, listen. I do not have a time machine, but this is how I manipulate time in my favor. If I have a goal and I want to get there faster, I manipulate time by learning how to get there faster, by not talking badly about myself, by not putting doubt and fear into myself. I get to my goal faster. If I were to doubt myself every day, if I was scared to use my money that I invested into knowing more, if I was scared, I'm manipulating time by making it longer for me to get to my goal. If I'm letting life happen and I'm like, oh no, okay, life happened, that's an excuse now. I can stop towards my dreams because life happened. That's me actively manipulating time to delay. We all have the power to manipulate time, effort, and energy. Does that make sense? Drop a gem if that makes sense. And I will say it again. This is how you are going to manipulate time as a human being. And it is not through a fucking time machine. It is through faith and desire and motivation. Literally. I have a goal and I wanted to open a med spa. I started this in June. I'm opening a med spa by end of July. I have already started the whole process. My medical director is on the way. I have my training today. I manipulated my goal, my time, because I didn't sit on that shit. I didn't sit on the idea. I took the money that I made from my online courses and I diversified my earnings, my profit into another business. And that business is going to make me money. And the other, you get what I mean? Like, don't be scared to invest in yourself, because that investment is you manipulating time. It's going to get you to your goals faster. So DM me if you're trying to manipulate time. I will tell you what course I have that's going to help you get to your goals faster. You get to keep it for a lifetime. Ain't no fuddy-duddy shit about it. Like, it's everything that I know about a specific topic. There is no part 2. There is no fucking upsell in it. There is no, for more information, click, it's $2,000. There ain't nothing like that in my shit. You want to know a topic? Go get my online course. DM me, ask me questions about it, and then get to it. Manipulate time.